All right, everybody. All right, let me get everything set up. That should be about good. I'm gonna wait for some people to jump in the building. Maybe if not, y'all know me. I just go right the fuck in. How y'all doing? It's been a minute. Been a couple weeks. You know, kind of finding my flow now. Even though I've been on YouTube for a few years now, kind of finding my flow with the new flow with how I want to come on and do the videos. Like I do a video every week, and now I just kind of do it how based upon information that comes in and um, just different things I've been experiencing and doing. But without further ado, guys, hit the like button, share, subscribe. If you're coming in after the video was streamed, definitely comments help the channel, help the video get seen, all that good stuff. As you know, Cash App is pinned. If y'all want to donate, they're all welcome. But you see the title of the video, Locked Out of Heaven. Now, I pinned a PDF that a friend of mine, Gail, and I have been reading, and it comes from I first heard about this book because of Brother Panic. But Bobby Hemmett, was the one who dropped it. And he dropped it on a lecture called Oracle of the Queen City. But I first heard about it a few years ago because of Brother Panic. I never got the book. The book is like $1,800. So there's that. So it's got some shit in it. But Bobby was dropping some shit, some hot science. And it correlates to everything that I've been talking about the past few videos. It just correlates. It pieces in, it fits in. Just lovely. So we're gonna talk about it. So, I'm gonna have some books and different things, probably stuff you guys have already seen. But the Polaria Gift of the White Stone, the PDF is linked in the description below. So it's going. So basically, what we're gonna be talking about tonight is what's going on between, especially the women, what's happening to them, but also the men. Everything that is happening to the women is happening to the men in society. It don't matter how fucking spiritual your ass is, you can get it too. A lot of motherfuckers fall in that category. It just depends on where you're at in your journey of life and, your soul. So, a lot of, when I use they, we're talking about we're talking about not even them, priesthoods, and they have minions like politicians, celebrities, different people different people like that. But not all priesthoods are evil or whatever. It's just what they decide to do and who's currently quote unquote in control of things. So basically, they're locking people out of heaven. And I got this channel. Most of this is a channel. Most of it are channels. And then going with the channels is, the Polaria book that Bobby and Brother Panic dropped. And that's why it's so important. That's why I dropped it in there. So they're locking people out of heaven. In the Polaria book, and the Polaria or Polaris is a star system. It's a triple star system. So if you ever heard of the triple blackness of space, you can kind of get, what that means. That's great mother energy. Heavy great mother energy. So basically, motherfuckers are being locked out of heaven, and they're starting with the divine feminine as the divine feminine tries to rise up through the heart chakra from the animal perspective, from the animal man, animal woman, or woman, or however you want to, put it. You have people who have invested highly in locking people out of heaven, and heaven being the upper realms. Really, to me, the heart chakra, but the upper realms, the upper three chakras. They're locking people in the lower three chakras or the underworld. And in Polaria, they talk about this eighth chakra, which is really the root chakra. When you unfreeze it, that's when you get to that eighth chakra. And so then that correlates directly with the Disney movie Frozen. They trying to freeze your ass down there, keep you stuck in time. Frozen. They trying to freeze you down in the underworld. They're trying to trap you down there and then freeze you so they can siphon that soul force. So how they do this is they keep you on the negative side of those three lower energies, and that keeps you in the primal animal state. So you're talking about they keep you in just high levels of desire. Know that nothing is wrong with desire. Let me get the book. It's all right over here. Power versus Force. And I've shown this before. Let me see. Let me get the map of consciousness out. Now, this looks different than the usual, what the book would usually look like. It's like a special edition. Where the fuck is this map of consciousness at? I know it's got to be in here. Hold on a second, guys. Everything is going to make sense. I got this book when Corona first hit. And it has, I'm going back to it now thanks to Travis Magus. He did a live on it a while back. And it shows levels of consciousness, aka hertz. And it puts love at like 500 or 504 hertz or something like that. How am I not finding this shit, bro? I know this shit is in here. Because that's what this book is famous for. Hold on. Here it is. Levels of human... here it is. I fucking found the chapter. I want to show the map. Alrighty. Come on. Everybody was holding on. Thank you. Because I might just have to read it out because I'm not seeing it for some odd reason. Which is okay. So, where is it? Desire. So let's just go over the energy levels, okay? So you have the lowest level, energy level of shame. So shame is close to death, okay? That is definitely something that deals to me with the root chakra, okay? So being at the level of energy level 20, the lowest level period of shame, like they try to shame you for your sexuality. They try to, they shame whether you're heterosexual or gay. Now the thing is to shame people because they're straight. So they got the LGBT or whatever community shaming people because they choose to, because a man chooses to have sex with a woman or a woman chooses to have sex with a man, you know what I'm saying? So that's shaming, or at one point they were shamed for their choices. That's the lowest level. So that's one of the levels that our society operates on, and that keeps people stuck in. That's the lowest level. That's close to death. Shame, things follow with shame. Usually shame is followed with suicide. Okay, so there's that. So then you have the energy level of guilt. That's level number 30. Apathy, 50, and these are all hurts. 75, grief, and in desire, each level is higher than the last. So, this is a good book to get to see where you're at, because then you can work your way. You want to work your way all the way up to enlightenment, which is the highest, which you will find out you kind of want to stay in the middle at 250 of neutrality, but that's neither here nor there. Desire right here, 125. So one of the main things, the main levels they try to keep us at is a level of excess desire. What you want to do, because there's nothing wrong with desire. Everything has to, not everything, but a lot of the things in our life start with the desire to want to be a better person, or desire to want growth. It has to start at a lower vibration and then speed up. So desire, contrary to what you've been told, isn't bad or a good thing. It just is. You have to learn how to, take all of these things and bring them up. All these lower energies, you have to find out how to, bring that up through the heart chakra. Just kind of throw that on my bed real quick. Just whatever. But you have to figure out how to bring these things up through the heart chakra, because then once they get to the higher worlds, okay, now you're dealing with unconditional love, for that desire or what have you. So, i.e., if say you're stuck, you know, you and your partner are stuck in the sacral chakra when it comes to sex. So, and also the root chakra. You feel me? So, it's more animalistic. It's more, you just see ass and titties, and she just sees dick or whatever, and that's whatever. But it's very animalistic. There's no, really love to it. There's no heart. Once you bring that up through the heart, now that's seeing past that. That's bringing tantra into it. Higher level sexual practices. It's making love versus just fucking. You feel me? And that is going to be a process, respecting each other's boundaries and figuring out each other's love language, especially in that realm of, sex or whatnot. That's taking that and then bringing it up through the heart, because now you give a fuck, no pun intended. So that's how you take that desire that you guys have and you bring it up, but that's going to, be a process. You're going to have some talks and whatnot. So these people are locking you out of heaven by keeping you in that animalistic nature, by keeping you, you know, in those lower levels. If you just look up online, map of consciousness, just look that up. Just look up map of consciousness. It's going to, power versus force is going to come up, and you're going to see the levels. They want to keep you below 200. And if you get the book also, God, Man, the Word Made Flesh, they talk about the pituitary gland and the pineal gland. The pituitary gland looks like a vagina, and the pineal gland looks like a penis. The whole thing. So that's why they say sex is in the brain. So what's up, Stray? What is up, Stray? So basically, that keeps you. No, I'm getting ahead of myself. So basically, they want to keep you from that level, also from the throat chakra, communication, pineal gland, um, and crown chakra, that cuts you straight off from source. So you stay as a animal man or animal woman those with just those earthly desires. Now those things aren't negative at all. You just have to bring those up. You have to rise. It's all about the rise. And when you rise, that kundalini fucking rises, and that eighth chakra, that fire, that kundalini fire unthaws that eighth chakra, which is just the root chakra. The root chakra is the first and the last. Ain't that crazy? So when you unthaw it, then you get to a whole different point. I have not finished Polaria yet. I'm still reading it, but so far, it's a fucking good read, man. It's very advanced occult science. Don't be thrown off by that. If you get through it or you read it and it's kind of like, when you get to that certain point of it'll click. It'll click. So like I said, that's in the description, the PDF it is, but it talks about that. If they can keep you lower down here, not only can they siphon your soul force, these people, they siphon your shit, because that's all raw energy to be had by them. But then they can control you and keep you from ascending, because they are locked out of heaven. And like I said, the heaven, the higher lands. And in God, Man, the Word Made Flesh, they talk about heaven as, the above the midbrain, like, in that part of the brain. When they talk about in detail the pineal gland, pituitary gland, the land of milk and honey, which is the milk being the pituitary gland, because it secretes a milk-like fluid, and the pineal gland secretes a honey-like fluid. So when you get up there and you rise and your energy rises, remember the soul. Now here's the kicker: the soul, as everybody is frozen because they want to keep your fucking soul on ice. That's what fucking Razcast was talking, bro. I just channeled that shit right now. One of my favorite rappers, Razcast, has a song, has not a song, an album, his first album, and he did a follow up to it called Soul on Ice. One of my favorite fucking albums. Dope shit. Now that's what that I know exactly what that nigga was talking about, the eighth chakra, because the soul is down. Most people's soul is in the underworld until you rise it up to the higher world, to the to the fucking crown and through, or what have you. So if you don't rise, if your soul doesn't rise up, if it doesn't become crucified at the Barakium Superium, shout out to Seven Bomar. If you look up the Barakium Superior, back, which is the back here, Alta Major Chakra, if you look that up and what that looks like, the inside of that looks like fucking Jesus being crucified on the cross. So when you see him being crucified on the cross, that's the picture you're actually looking at. It's the inside of the back of your neck right here, the Barakium Superior. You feel me? So your soul on ice is your soul stuck in the fucking underworld. Rise that shit up. You're gonna have to, and this is, growth and evolution of self. To me, it's gonna start with self-love, because you got to go through the heart chakra. Remember, I made the video that heart chakra is the key to above and below. So now you have this Disney movie, and there's two parts to it. Frozen, what up? What up? What up, Amir? What up? So now you have Disney Frozen. Again, they're talking about the soul on ice. And as you work, as you grow and you evolve, okay, what happens is the Kundalini will rise. You'll have many Kundalini awakenings. Where is it? Oh, right here. This is a good book to get started with Kundalini. It just, information about it. Kundalini Evolution and Enlightenment by John White. But it has many excerpts by different authors talking about the Kundalini. It drops mad science on it. I would pair that with, say, another book on Kundalini that's really going with exercises of how to do so, because that doesn't have too many, but it's really good so far. But as your Kundalini, they say, is that fire rises up, okay, rises up. Now you melt. Now, basically, you're melting that chakra. So that means water become all water, and then as that becomes water and it mixes with the fire, that creates steam. It rises. So now these are the elements, and it rises all the way to the top into the age of Aquarius. I know. And it rises through the throat, the expression. It rises, well, first the heart. So you got to start with the heart chakra. So it's going to hit the heart first, which is the crossroads. It's like, what are you going to do now? Okay, so that's why the heart chakra is so vital right now, because now what they're doing now to lock people down or locking them out of heaven is mainly like women. They saw this shit coming, man. These motherfuckers got astrologers on deck. They saw this shit coming, so they saw our asses coming. Some of us might have slipped in the cracks because they can't get everything, but basically what has been happening is, as they've seen certain things coming, they say, okay, we need to 10 year, maybe this is like, say, more than 20 years in the making, but let's start with 20 years ago, or 15 years ago. You have Beyonce coming out with all the single ladies. You have Destiny's Child with they had a song about independent women, teaching women to not need the divine masculine, not just any man, but the masculine within themselves. So then that disconnects them from part of themselves, which you divide and you conquer. Okay? Or that, well, yeah, you divide and you conquer. So after you have done that, and there's many ways they divide and conquer. Now, if they're doing this with the women, they're doing this with the men. As we know, just look at society. Hold on real quick. Let me get this troll up out of here. That's how I know I'm spitting shit. They got the troll. They sending trolls in, fam. All right. So basically, then they're coming with this whole, independent woman type shit, and they don't need no man. I know you seen the shit. It's kind of scary when you know the science behind the shit, and then they have disconnected. So that means the woman is now disconnected from father or father time or time. Everything happens through time, and then they disconnect. So that's the daughter. She has now been, you know, the daughter is now disconnected from the mother, and the son is now disconnected. I mean, from the father, and now the son is disconnected from the mother. You get it. They disconnect the son from the mother or Ma'at, where in that year, the 6th year, they disconnect him from his feminine side, and it's over with. So now you got woman talk, I don't need no man, but I bet you when you want your car fixed, you're not gonna take it to no woman. I know a lot of female mechanics, but I know the first thing that we're conditioned to do is, go to women for certain things and go to men for certain things. That's just how it is. Tell me I'm lying. Like for real. Like when y'all need your car fixed, you got a brother, an uncle, a dad, you don't call them first. You don't call your mother. Now, if there's a situation where that would be the situation, then yes. But think about it. And then you think about, they disconnect the male from the Ma principle, from the female, from the divine feminine, and it's the same shit. There's certain shit that a son is going to go to his mother for. He might not go to his father for. But now just come on now. It's the same thing. So what they do is they start there. These are what we call classic agendas. It's not really a conspiracy theory. It's just a strategic strategy to keep you locked fucking down. Because if they can lock you down with their ass, they rule down there. So this is why a so-called Christ figure fucks up the whole plot. Is one of the biggest plot twists. There's one at the beginning and one at the end. The one at the end is coming to destroy. There are no warnings, because the one at the beginning, they gave you your fucking warning. The ancestors gave you your warning. The one at the beginning comes with love, preaching love. You feel me? Like if you read all these occult texts, you see that. But the real one is coming to destroy. See, love, it can build or it can destroy. It's all the same frequency. So the Christ figure coming at the end is coming with a different type of love, that tough love, that love that is destruction. Because love can either build or destroy. What do you want to do? So then there's that. So basically, these are just, you could think of tactic after tactic after tactic, because then they get women and men fighting. So then you have MGTOW, men going their own way, which is a response to feminists. Most women are feminists and don't even know it. A lot of women, they don't really identify as that. But if you see their actions, like what Kevin Samuels talks about, I'm not even really keen on Kevin Samuels, but what his platform does is it exercises a certain type of energy to me. And it puts these so-called modern, as he calls them, modern women out there. I don't need no man. Like, we're not saying that you have to depend on us and only us. What we're saying is what the family, the situation of a family is the mother and the father, they play their roles. The children play their roles so that the family can succeed and create a bloodline at the most simple. But what they've done is they destroyed the family. They've pitted the men and women against each other, keeping you locked down. If they can keep you locked in your lower animal self from your highest self, it's over with, man. They rule down there in that part. And then you could connect this to the body. So then that would be solar plexus, so your lower chest, your stomach area. Okay, so then you can take it to physiology as okay. So then let's give some methods. So say you want to overthrow this, and this is even before you get to the heart, but you're also doing work on the heart as well. So yeah, you're right, open the heart chakra. So you want to begin to open up the heart chakra as well. And one way to do that is to look at your relationships, because everything is in relationship to something else. So look at your relationships, whether they went good or bad, because it's easy to look at the negative relationships when you're doing this work, but sometimes you have that one good person in your life and you pinned them with the energy of they can do no wrong, and then fucking watch when they do something that is out of characteristic to you, then y'all gonna fall out. Y'all gonna have a falling out, and then they're gonna be on this other side for however long until you make up or whatnot. That's unfair of you to pin that onto them. You see what I'm saying? So then you have to even look at those situations, but then definitely look at the situations, all the relationships in your life that went wrong or sour, and heal that energy. Start to forgive yourself, forgive them and yourself. You're not forgiving them for them, it's for you. But yeah, because if you don't, you're gonna lock your heart. All you gonna close that shit like a chastity belt. Throw away the key. So you want to start to do these things. You go through it. You sit, I like to sit in the dark right before I go to bed sometimes and just think of certain relationships. Not only, willingly and honestly forgive, but I think about how it went. How is that still affecting me mentally, but also physiologically? Because a lot of these relationships you could have a fucked up relationship with a parent and it's making you sick. And really it's you making you sick because of the feelings that you harbor. So then if you get the Montauk Chia book, the 6 healing sounds, let me see. The 6 healing sounds, Montauk Chia, he talks about the organs and what they harbor. Like the I believe it's the liver that harbors anger. So then you can not only see the organs and what energies they harbor, anger, depression, different organs harbor different things. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Because then you can then connect that to a chakra and then connect that with a relationship and just part pieces of your life and then see how you can heal that all around. And like each organ is connected to a time of day and a time of the year. Like here's something right here. Don't know if y'all can see that. Y'all can click the video and zoom in later on. But he talks about the 6 healing sounds in this book, and a lot of these, how our organs harbor different things, different negative things, but also different positive things. Oh yeah, Amir, yeah, it's all a work in progress. So am I. It's all a work in progress. This is why I'm coming on talking about it, and then we're gonna give the dropping the science, and then give some tools that I've been using, or give tools that may help. He gives the 6. You can look up on YouTube 6 healing sounds. So I'm gonna type that in the chat. And there's a guy, he does qigong with it. 6 healing sounds qigong, and it's about 15 minutes. But what happens is you can detoxify all these organs every day. Add that into it, because then once you say you get to say like the liver, it harbors anger. You do the 6 healing sound, the healing sound for the fucking liver, then you're releasing a lot of that anger. And now say you're working on some of the anger you have for maybe a person who did you wrong, baby mama, baby daddy, a parent or whatever. Then you you combine those two things as you're working on that, releasing those things and forgiving. Now you're clearing a lot of just all the anger period out of that, out of that fucking organ. And then we're talking about depression. We're talking about this, that, our organs harbor all of these things. And when the energy gets to be too dense, too low vibrational, then you fucking get sick. You get holes in your intestines, small intestines. So then as you're doing this work, you also want to hit it physiologically, just like this. So those are meditations that you can do, 6 healing sounds, qigong to help build up the energy, while you're doing the work on your heart. Before I get too far on, going with the work, because, we know pretty much how they're locking us down and why. Kanye famously came out with a song called Love Lockdown, bro. It's locked out of heaven. It's the same thing. They lock you down below the heart chakra. Is what it is. This is the only way out, nigga. That is the chakra in between, the other way, because you know what it is to be down there, because our society is based on the lower aspect of you. Your higher self is from here up, but really the neutral zone is the fucking heart. So once you get down here, once you get up here, then you're gonna want to know that, okay, the heart is where I need to be, really. But you need to experience the full spect, the full thermometer, the underworld and the upper world. Okay? So then the heart deals with crossroads deities as well. Any crossroad deities, Lord Ganesha, is Papa Legba, I forgot, and or the Orishas, I forgot. Not too well versed with the Orishas yet, but I do know I have some ancestors that are, so definitely do more research. But if you just think about any crossroads deities, that's heart chakra. So if you need to do some, if you need to unblock the roads and do some road opening work with the heart chakra and a road crossroads deity. It's the same energy, because the crossroads is the cross, but planet X is a cross this way, and planet X is inside of you. It's that fucking eighth chakra, which is the root chakra, which is what they're trying to keep thawed. Keep frozen. They don't want you to thaw that shit out. So physiologically, then you attack this shit. So then you say, okay, I need to detox. You need to get my herbs and but what do I need to get? Well, what am I trying to do? So then you need to flush your stomach and your colon, Uranus. Think about the planet Uranus, your fucking asshole. This is how this is why in the fucking in Hollywood and in the industry, a lot of homosexuality goes on, because then what they do, since the soul is locked all the way down, then they fucking poke at nigga souls and take their shit through their asshole. That's why that is a thing. Come on, it just connects. You can see that. So you're going to want to cleanse the colon. I'm talking about flush this thing out. So you're going to be going to the bathroom. Should we go into the light after we die? Do whatever makes, get more information on that. So from what I have researched and lectures that I watched, you want to go into the dark, because you go into the light, you're going to go right back into this motherfucking. But here's the thing. You want to be able to solve that issue here and now. A lot of people say in the conscious community, say, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. But they don't really do the work at all. They not. You got to have the science, and then you got to just do it. Simple. That's why Brother Panic is about, I understand now why he's about methodology, because he's already going to drop the science on your dumb ass. So you might as well do the work while you're here. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. But I would go to Brother Panic Occult Lectures, YouTube, and look up How to Die and Not Come Back. He has videos on that. But you're going to want to, cleanse your the pipes of your system, okay? You think that your intestines, your large intestines and lower intestines, your intestines are just down there, but your intestines go all the way up into the esophagus. And if you look at the brain looks like intestines. It's kind of a weird thing. Brain, so cleanse the intestines. So look up herbs that work with your stomach, your intestines, small intestine, large intestine, the colon. I have, you can go to my Etsy shop if you want to, and donate over there. And I have different elixirs that help flush you out. Different herbal teas that I make for my 5G detox tea. It goes hard. Call me shit for brains, definitely, Brandy, most definitely. But you know, as you're doing the work, then it doesn't hurt to detox yourself on any level. So then you look, okay, how can I cleanse the colon? What herbs are good for that? Let me see. I got some herbs, randomly, because I was watching a Dr. Aleem Elbay lecture, and he was dropping science on, herbs for the endocrine system. I gave these out already, but the root chakra. Oh yeah, some dandelion root, licorice root, cinnamon, vanilla, coriander. That's for sacral chakra. So dandelion root definitely for the root chakra, sacral chakra, licorice root, fennel, fennel seed, cinnamon, vanilla, coriander, solar plexus, rosemary, that ginger, turmeric, and the root chakra. Think about anything that is like a root vegetable or a root spice. Those are gonna help. Those are definitely gonna help. Turmeric, ginger. Okay, I have my pills right here. I've been taking these. These are I need to put these up on the shop. Everybody who buys them just hits me up through Cash App or whatnot, and then because I have been lazy and not putting them up on the shop yet. But these are my all-in-one, all-inclusive sea moss vitamins, and they have sea moss, bladderwrack, ginger, turmeric, burdock root, dandelion root, a whole bunch of plethora of different things, but a lot of root. They have a lot of roots in them, So you're working with the root chakra. You want to, and you're trying to, work with work on opening your heart as well. Oh, those are really two good ones, during this time. Then, oh, we got both brandies in here. What's up? What's up? Then basically, you're gonna want to get the correspondences, things that associate with them. Detox is the name of the game, because as you detox and you get lighter, a lot of these issues are going to lift up. And as you're doing this emotional work as well, going through your relationships, you know, as you're getting lighter, that's gonna help. Get your water in, okay? Get your spring water and distilled water. Or if you can get some She Legit after a while. So like drinking distilled water is very, very good, especially when you're clogged and you have a lot of toxins. But after a while, um, it starts to do. It is very magnetic water, so it takes out the good, the bad, and the ugly, anything, because it's very magnetic. That's what distilled water does. It's pure water. It's pure, like pure. It's pure. Nothing's in it. You know, below 5 parts per million. So you're gonna want to add minerals to your distilled water because it's still a really great source. You know, and as you get certain things, your blood, certain minerals in your blood activated, you're gonna feel okay. Let's switch to some spring water. You know, until then. But I've heard Bobby Hemmett say once you activate that melanin is gonna supply. Once you've activated your melanin through water, then you can distilled water would still be good. But I've heard a lot of things to combat that or this, that, and the third. So just you want to just get your research down. Go with your spirit. So as you're attacking this physiologically and you're detoxing, especially the lower realms, so the lower three chakras, the sacral, the root, and the solar plexus, that the stomach area, and bigger and lower intestines, small and big intestines, and your colon, definitely the colon. That's going to help activate your root chakra, and then get with the roots like ginger, dandelion root, burdock root, all different types of things. And then as you're doing that emotional work and you're lifting your soul up and you're unfreezing that eighth chakra, then that's when you're going to, before you get to the heart chakra, you're going to want to say work with the mantras. So if you look up mantras for the seven chakras, I'm gonna type one in. The root chakras mantra is Lam. So now you're working with sound. Oh, what's good? What's good, Rico? Peace out. Peace out. Um, I do alkaline water, but I use distilled with nano silver. Exactly. See that silver is going to help unclog you. I mean, I got a big thing of silver over there I just made. Um, let me see. So this is the big jar of silver I have. Colloidal silver from when I make it. This is for the shop, Alchemy of Life Co. on Etsy. But this is the big bottle from where I pour into a bottle like this. This is I have my label on it. They're charging over there on the altar, but you get it. And then this shit right here, my friend of mine, I call him Lil Tesla. This shit right here structures my water and magnetizes it. So it's going to structure it like the Dr. Emoto, when he did his experiments and research, he found that you can structure water through sound and vibration. So if you scream at water, it's going to form these really negative looking crystals. If you say "I love you" to the water, it's going to create amazing loving looking crystals, and it's going to carry that vibration of love. So this right here is going to help that process. It's going to structure my water, give it the structure I want, spirals. This is like, a womb, okay? And it's cone shaped. And then it's going to magnetize it. A friend of mine, Tim Eck, ecktech.com. You can find ecktech on Etsy. He sells these for $33. I got mine, I would say for free. But we trade. I give him elderberry syrup and different things in bulk, and then he'll make some stuff for me, like stuff like this and different things. He has lots of different technology. He is the one who gave me my colloidal mineral generator so that I can make my own colloidals. But that's going to be good because there's a lot, more expensive ways to, structure your water. Seven Bomar's the guy for that. He's the one who put me on to that. And I'm like, The same day I'm looking up shit, I go to my friend's, go to Tim's website, and he has that shit. He has another one. I'm like, okay. And then, where are my magnets at? Also, magnet therapy is something I'm going to talk about. I've been doing that as well. But now we're going to talk about the heart chakra. So now you've been doing the work. You've been, detoxing on many different levels, just not just the body, but going through your relationships, and you've been purging on this level. So now the fire, you're getting light, and now the fire is rising, and that eighth chakra it's thought out. You're doing the work. It's going to hit the heart. That's the crossroads. That's the test. So like I said, a lot of women's heart chakras are closed down. A lot of them, a lot of men's heart chakras are closed down. And we don't really have a great definition of what unconditional love really is, but you can feel it in your heart. Having unconditional love is also one of the things that goes with that is judgment. We have to stop judging ourselves, especially stop judging yourself so harshly, and then to get to the point where you're not judging, you're kind of just staying neutral about it, and especially judging other people all the fucking time, knowing that your goddamn ass might not be worth a damn either. You in the same fucked up ass position as them. Why are you judging them? So then that's something that keeps you stuck down there, locked out of heaven. And you'll ask different questions. What do I need to, spirit, what do I need to do to help not only open my heart but keep it open, and grow my soul and things like that. And you will receive the answers, and just be open in so many different types of ways, you know? And, you work at these things. It's a work. It's a lifelong process. Trust me. But there's people out there that can help you. There's different things out there, and you have you. So you just got to know that you got this. So many different tools out there for you. Ask for the tools to be given to you, and also ask for the strength to be able to use them and go and get to work. It's just how it is. It always helps sometimes to have that one person around you that can help keep you accountable, but don't use them as a crutch to where you need them to be able to get to that next level. You know, is what it is. You got to be able to know that I can do this by myself, but I can also ask for help. And that's where the whole independent woman thing comes from. They think, and that comes from, they played off of women's subconscious because women were held down for so long. Once the whole idea that they were rising, it was a setup by these other people. Now the energy was rising, the divine feminine had been rising, but the idea in our society, they did that shit. How you see on the news and celebrities, they fix that shit, because then what they want to do is, then they give you, as you're rising, then they give you that, okay, women are becoming more independent, so then they give you the independent bullshit. It's good to be independent and not to have to depend on anybody, but don't be afraid to ask for help. They got y'all bitches afraid to ask for help and proud of it. That's what it is. That's where we are at this point. And the men, they got the men beating the women. They had us trying to see women as just a sex doll, just a fucking vagina, you know, to nut all over or to just objectify at will. I'm not saying that that women don't do those things to men, and that the men haven't had, though, I don't need no women in my life, because we're generally not like that. It's different. Our plight is a little bit different, you know. I'm keeping it real, Amir. I'm keeping it completely honest. I'm being real. I'm trying to give y'all the keys to help unlock the chastity belt. It is what it is. I'm just being honest. You know, they gave the fucking independent program, and then it was over with. It was all a setup because they saw that the energy was rising. It was gonna happen fucking regardless. So they said, well, bro, we seen this shit coming. Okay, so you know this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna try anything. And that's what it is. So you're up. You're at war. We're all at war. Okay, we're all at war. So always remember that we're always at war, because these people are war beings. That's what they do. You feel me? So, ladies, when you need help, don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And as the men, we have to, stop objectifying women in certain type of ways. And yeah, see, flower. I talked about that a little bit ago. I'm pretty sure we can dive into that topic, but at a later date. Maybe a continuation of this video. It should be pretty obvious at that one. It's where I went over tactics of dividing and conquering. They divide you by let's go with the law of gender, even though the law of gender is beyond sex, beyond who fuck, who you like. Let's go to the energy. They divide you based upon the energy signature that you manifested here as mainly man or woman. Okay, so there's that. That's like a primordial thing. That's like, okay, boom. But then what they do is they've created different genders. There's over 120 some different genders. Okay, then they divide you by fucking plight, skin color, so prejudice. Everything that you think is prejudice that you think is racism is actually prejudice. So there's that. So they divide you by your skin color. They divide you by social economics. So socially, who you're friends with, body, sizes and shapes. Then they get into oh, there's so many different ways that you're divided. That is you when you go further into separation and you just accept that, then we're part of the problem. That's just a lower half, but then you're further away from yourself and further away from source. The more that you come out of division and back into yourself and notice that everything is the collective and everything is one, because even though we're all kind of divided by our genetics, the primordial genetics coming from where? That one source. So it's everything is everything at the end of the story. So now, as we're working on ourselves, we're getting to the heart chakra, we're becoming more loving. So then get into get into loving yourself. If you have an altar, great. Okay, because then you can write a love letter to yourself. Forgive, write a letter forgiving all those different people that hurt you and that you hurt. Okay, because I've noticed women have a big problem with saying sorry when they were fucking wrong. They just like to be able to snap off at you and just leave, and it is what it is. Crazy. Not saying that men are we're equally as yoked, but I see it a lot in women these days. You can kind of see what the women are doing and what the men are doing, and it's not coming together. That's one thing, and it's not. Oh, let's fucking save the world. Let's save the world around us. Okay, if I do things around me, if I can affect the people I can affect from around me, and then say, okay, then through the air, like on YouTube now, this is air and fire, then that is where I need to be. And then basically the people that get that message, if they have the proper tools or are told what tools that they can use to do the same thing, then they'll do it around them. And then that's how you heal on a grander scale. It's something that goes like this. Okay? Because the whole save the children thing was a big thing. And I remember Brother Panic talking about it. And when I was working for the school district, I was working for the Urbana School District. Low key, my mom got me that job. And this is 2019-2020 school year. So this is pretty recently. And Brother Panic has always, for years, talked about, and Bobby Hemmings has always talked about, fuck saving the kids. Save the kids that are around you. How about you do that? Because they also talk about saving everybody. Children are the future, but they're not doing a damn thing for the kids in their available community. So as I'm a rec leader for after school, I saw it as these 50 kids right here, I have a direct effect on their life. They see me every day after school. I can have an effect on them. These are the ones I can save. I can't save the ones out here and over there, but I can do something about it right here. And that's kind of what I'm saying with, men and women and healing ourselves and heal. And, you want to heal the world, and you have to heal the people around you. You have to heal yourself. And your vibration will be healing the others and the things that you bring. And it might inspire them to do the same. And then it's like, take one, pass it on. This is what these motherfuckers are afraid of, because then that thousand lotus flower. I mean the thousand lotus petals, my fault. Fuck. On the flower, the lotus flower opens up. And those 1,000 petals open up brightly. You see the middle. If you've ever seen like the deity Lakshmi or a lot of Hindu goddesses, they're always sitting on an open lotus petal. An open lotus flower. Fuck. Because that heart chakra is open and it's vibrating high, baby. It's vibrating the way it's supposed to do. So as you open up, then you can then get to the higher realms. But now, because you've been locked out of heaven, you got to cleanse that shit. So then you got to look at your throat chakra. Has your throat chakra been shut down? Women's throat chakra been fucking shut down. They've been, for the last 100 years, they've been told to sit down and shut the fuck up. Throat chakra issues. And I say, like I said, the last 100 years. So that's your grandmama, your great grandmama, your great grandmama, like on and on and on and on. So you probably got those issues. It's either overactive to where they have to feel like, be loud and shit and always have to overtalk people. Why? Because they feel like they're not being heard. Or they don't say anything. You got to cleanse that shit. And then, so you got to work with that. Are you somebody who has been told, to sit down and shut up? Or are you someone who's always had to overtalk people because especially when you're mad, because you feel like you're not being heard? You got to go through this. So now you got to jump. Just because you got to the upper world now don't mean there isn't more work to do. So now you're going to have to do that work. Hold on, another fucking troll, fam. That's how I know I'm getting lit. My channel blowing up. It's about to be big. Or at least a message. There we go. So then, pineal gland. Okay? Decalcifying the pineal gland. You can get herbs to do it. There's many different things for the pineal gland. Okay, so you can get eyebright, EYEBRIGHT. That is an herb, eyebright, mint, jasmine, juniper, mugwort, wormwood. Those are all good herbs to start with for the pineal gland. You can make them in a tea. You can put them in a pill. I might make a pineal gland blend or a blend, different blends coming soon. So then you start working with the pineal gland. The pineal gland deals with your outward vision. Okay, it is the projector. Okay, it projects everything in your inner world out. Okay, it is higher consciousness, but that really deals more with the crown chakra. That pineal work, meditation, different things of that nature. So you're gonna want to, if your shit is calcified or not. Who knows? There's a debate on who shit is calcified and it's not, whatever. But you're gonna want to do things that are gonna work with the pineal gland regardless, because even if your shit ain't calcified, you definitely probably ain't been working with it like you should have. So then we're talking about colloidal. This is where your colloidals come in. Okay, I got the colloidals. So here it is. Here is my my elixir from the shop. And this is bulk elixir. This is one of the bulk containers. So, it's got platinum, palladium, indium, colloidal gold, silver, zinc. But you want to start off, with the pineal gland, some good colloidal gold. Okay? Platinum. Different things of that nature. Things that work with the brain. Study the brain. What are great herbs for the brain? What are great things for the brain? Brain food, as they say. You're going to want to work with that. You're going to, work with it on a spiritual level, meditating more. But as you're meditating, trying to come up with, getting creative, get your imagination working to it and start trying to work a vision of something. Okay. Start to visualize your life. It doesn't have to be a picture. It can just be the words, but the feeling, you're going for the feeling, because then as you feel these things and these words work themselves into your system, then your pineal gland, as you know, is going to project that out into your life. Study the pineal gland, work yourself on. As you do that, then the next level is your crown chakra, healing your crown chakra. Okay, this book right here, Wheels of Light, is a good book working with the chakras. Mainly works with the root chakra, but Wheels of Light, good book to get on the chakras. So then, okay, for the crown chakra, lotus. I just talked about lotus. So blue lotus flower. I'd like to smoke that. It's really good. Ginkgo biloba, lavender. Those are good herbs for the crown chakra, but healing the crown chakra. So your connection to the divine. So I call this your connection to the mother. Do you have issues with your mother? do you think your mother's fucking perfect and can't do no wrong? You got to heal those things. You got to get those in alignment. That, or also think about the mother energy inside of you as we're all connected to it, the universe. So this is just meditation, period. Going into meditation, you can meditate doing anything, but until you get to that level of meditation, just go into regular meditation as you know it to be, and just meditate and try to go into stillness, look up different meditations. The book, Spiritual Growth. Damn. Hold on. Spiritual. By this book has a lot of different meditations in it. A lot of different meditations of connecting with your higher self. So the crown chakra connection to the universe, to everyone else, the collective, and your higher self. Most importantly. But you had to go through the heart to even A, do this work and clean it up, and to now B, be able to use it. So now think about walking into heaven is like when you have ever, seen a show on HGTV, a flip or flop show. They take these ugly fucking houses and they turn them into something beautiful. What's up, Crucial 13? What's good? So think about you walk into heaven, the higher worlds, and it's like it's fucked up because your vision of what heaven has been, you've been locked out of it. So the lights is off, so now you got to get the lights on, and you gotta shit the wintertime, during wintertime the pipes bust, so now you gotta clean this house up, you gotta flip it, get it looking beautiful, get it being beautiful, get it feeling beautiful, vibrant, and now it's comfortable to live in. It's not just livable, it's your dream home. It's your dream space. Now you've taken care of it. Now this is truly heaven. And you feel like that. And that's what happens when you take care of your upper world and you're doing that work. And you'll find that you just have to do maintenance on it, which is the continued work. That continued work is the maintenance, mainly until you build up and you get other problems, and then you fall down. You're going to fall up and down. You're going to go up and down on this, you're going to go up and down on this journey. But just know that's what it is. It's a journey. Also another great thing is to look at get your astrology, get your natal chart, look at your transits, look at the planets associated with these upper and lower chakras, well, all the chakras, period. And then that's how how what energy you to work with as well. Correspondences. The key to this shit is correspondences. The key to a lot of things is correspondence. So don't lock yourself out of heaven, because only you can do it. These motherfuckers can set everything up, and as you're just working just straight out of the subconscious, because that's the type of beings we are, and then your conscious, your ego is all fucked up, then you're gonna succumb to the system that they've employed, and now you're under their spell. But if you have this information and you continue to be that way, it's because you want to. So now so that let me I'm gonna put the Cash App up unless you guys want to donate. All donations are welcome, but that's the lecture for today. That's what it is. So there you guys go. That's the lecture for today. Giving some intangibles, some science on it. The book, all the books that I were referring are either in here or in the description. Polaria, Gift of the White Stone, which is the main book. It talks about the eighth chakra and a lot of different things. I have not, like I said, I haven't finished it, but I'm almost, I'm going through it. It's an amazing book, but I understand it just because of, the work that I've done, up to this point. So, then there's that. Also, as you're doing this work, look and see, what herbs and what different things correspond, what elixirs, herbs correspond with different chakras that corresponds with the planets and the day and the time. As you do this work, it's all energy that you're putting into it. You're gonna get it out. You're gonna get it out. And this is gonna help everything in your life, everything that you're manifesting is going to come through a lot easier. And you're gonna be divinely connected to your higher self, really. I mean, that's what's next, but divinely connected to the energies inside of you that have created you, the divine masculine and feminine, but definitely the feminine. And there you merge those into one, the Christ, the Merkaba, the higher self, and then you shift and go from there. That just is what it is. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for all the donations. I see some people have already donated. Thank you for that. It says we should be fasting at least one. Yeah, definitely. That's something that I need to work on as well. And just work and just like as you're going through this, if you fail, it's okay, because then say you give into your desires. Now you know what you're giving into and where you're and where and what work you need to be doing. You know, most definitely. So thank you. Thank you guys. I thank all you guys. This is just. I know I don't come on as often, but I come on this particular channel because I have started a new meditation channel. I'm gonna have certain meditations over here, but definitely I'll have like chakra meditations. I'm gonna start doing that. I'll be making myself. I'll be you'll hear my voice and different things. I ain't got no super chat, but you rather, even if I did, I would rather you just donate to the Cash App, because here's what super chat does. Super chat is just going to give 55, not 50, 55% to YouTube, and then the creator gets 45%. Like, that's why a lot of creators who have super chat, they'll have their moderators say, hey, just donate to the motherfucking Cash App or the Venmo or PayPal, because then that goes directly straight to us. No YouTube's not getting in on that shit. Fuck that shit. So in a way, I'm not mad that my channel isn't monetized, because there's so many ways I could monetize it. I will be, doing Amazon affiliate. So a lot of the books that I drop on here or have dropped on here will, I'll have links. I'll have clickable links to those books to where you can guys just go to Amazon, click on them, and then, I get a commission fee for it. But, whatever. It's easier for you guys to find those books, so as for everybody just coming in, thank you for coming in. We're at the end of the video, so you can just scroll all the way back and or wait till the video uploads, because it does take a little bit of time to upload, like a few hours to a day after it streamed, to hit the replay. But to everybody else, thank you for all your donations. Thank you for coming. And we're all in this shit together, literally. We here, and so how dare I not share this information? These are things that I'm doing, other different things that you could add to your self-love journey when you're just working. Yeah. Yeah, Joe Ison on Cash App, yeah. It should be Alchemy of Life 777, and then my name Joe Ison's gonna come up. So yeah, you got it. But like one of the things that my homegirl Gail, she's a moderator on the channel, but we've been very instrumental in each other's journeys and just helping each other, because we went through some shit. We went through some shit. So I mean, like near death experience, but we came back even stronger. And one thing that she has shared with me is, you can go to your altar, and because your altar is a portal, it's its own dimension. You can program that space with anything, So Oh, thank you, Straight. Thank you, much appreciated. But write yourself a love letter. Write yourself that love letter that you want that woman or that man to write you, but they didn't, but they don't because they, writing long ass texts to somebody else. Um, Write yourself and other people, or write that person that you love that love letter that they never got to see from you because maybe they blocked you or whatever, But write yourself that love letter. Forgive yourself. Write yourself. Write your inner child a letter of forgiveness because now you got the ass. Now you got them. Ain't shit gonna happen to them now, right? Different things like this. And you just put it on your altar, let it charge, and you recite it at your altar maybe every day once you get up to doing it, or from whenever you're called to doing it. Just stuff like that, because then that's going to help. That's going to do leaps and bounds, and then at your altar, recite love, self love affirmations. You can look on YouTube, and I do this. Her name is Jessica Hillsop, Helsop. She does meditations on YouTube. Phenomenal, and self love meditations, all different types. And I'll recite those meditations those affirmations at my altar. And then if you have a mirror on your altar or near it, even, you can put one over there, even better. So now you have the mirror, you're, peering into different dimensions doing this work. And, just, you can use your altar that way, and just love your body. Give yourself massage your body the way massage your body the way you want to be massaged by someone else. Because remember, I was talking about this on Patreon. And if you, Montauk Chia has books about, chi massage. Him and his wife wrote a book on chi massage. So if you look up Chi Ne T Sang, let me see. That book by Montauk Chia. My homegirl, she recommended it to me, but she dropped, hey, how she massages herself every night before going to bed, or, maybe not every night, but, very often. And she got me into doing it, and I'm going to start back up doing that. And remember, we have meridian points and lymph nodes all throughout the body that correspond to all 7 chakras all at one time. So as you're massaging yourself, like you want to be massaged, no, it's also good for your health. Get like if you have a foot massager that takes water, you put water in it and it kind of vibrates. Put soak your feet. That's good for the root and the earth chakra. Boom. And also if you have my mom, me and my sisters got my mom a machine called a Terra Relax or something like that. But it's an electric foot massager. It massages the meridians in the foot and massages the whole foot, and it's going to release that melanin in the foot as you do it. So before you do anything, during the day, get that foot massage your foot, or if you have a foot massager, work with that, especially the electric ones, because it loosens up that melanin and gets you fucking going. So then there's that. And remember, the soul is down there too, so it is what it is. So a lot of us, we got to get stable. Work on getting stable. I'm working on it. Each chakra has a sound. Lam, ram, vam, you know what I'm saying? And you can connect. One of the most powerful things you can do is connect to that chakra through sound, because then you're directly affecting it through its sound. Or if you want to get deeper, you can figure out how to write your own mantra for the root chakra, like in Psychonaut and the Libernal. In that book, I forgot those are 2 books, but they're 2 in 1. It's by Peter Carroll. They were at first released by themselves, and now they're just 1 book. It shows you how to create sigils, hypersigils and sigils, and a mantric sigil is one of them. So it's basically, it tells you how to make your own mantra, because mantras are nothing but sigils. The sigils are nothing but mantras themselves, in a way. If you just look into the science deeper and just look at it, from a certain perspective, it's like when you're doing a sigil, you do it like a 1-line mantra, and then you turn that generally into an occult looking picture or a magical looking picture. And that picture is now a representation of that one-lined mantra, one-sentence mantra. But in mantric sigils, you just like basically what you do is you have the mantra, and then go out, take all the repeating, and then you make it into something that looks into a mantra, so then you can add in words. Add in letters to make it look like a mantra, and so you can create your own mantra for the root chakra, and that all that energy is now tied back to you. Because a lot of things we say, who knows where this shit is being tied to, who the energy is going to, who knows? But that's all I got, guys. I love you. Thank you for all the donations. The Etsy shop, Alchemy of Life Co. But am I familiar with the works of Aleister Crowley and Thelma? I've heard of, I've done my fair amount of research on Crowley, and he's had a lot of, I want to say, not as much influence as a lot of people think, but a fair amount of influence on like chaos magic and pushing certain forms of the occult forward. The Book of the Law is probably his biggest work in Thelma. That religion, but I don't know a lot about it. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not gonna stunt. But I do know. Tell me about Liber No. The book is Liber. By Peter Carroll. But I love y'all. Thank you. Oh, Liber No and the Psychonaut. It's all one book. Brandy, she would come through with that. Oh yeah, Aleister Crowley's. He's known for Eminem's great grandfather, Samuel Liddell McGregor Mathers, taught Crowley. Come on now, crucial. You got a vid on it? Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out on your channel for real. Come on, that makes sense. Because I know that it was either his grandfather, either his grandfather or his father. I knew there was an occult author, McGregor Mathers. So yeah, that's the one. Because as you know, Eminem was raised in this shit. He didn't just come out of nowhere. They gave you the story about Detroit. I do know about that. Read his mom's book. I do know about that. That is actually true. They bring these motherfuckers up through these families, these occult families. They don't just pop out of nowhere generally. A lot of the times they're either trafficked and stolen from other people, or they're brought up in their, some of these occult families. So, there's that. So anybody got, any, let me check the comments. Jack Parsons. I don't think I've heard of Jack Parsons. So his dad Bruce used to talk about it. Hey Brandy, this shit is real. This shit is real. Ask, look into Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine. Jimmy Iovine is a sorcerer behind it. Okay, let me put it to you this way, Brandy. Just because someone is a crackhead does not mean that they're not believable. Okay? That's true. What he's saying about him is actually true. It's actually true. Now, he's got his brother's kids and one lab rat baby, Haley Mathers. That is confirmed. That was made with his, his own thing. But basically, they fabricated The whole thing with his wife Kim and all that shit. That was like that was their little ritual. She's part of the thing too. She's part of the whole thing. You want to look more into Jimmy Iovine. That's the motherfucker who found him and Dr. Dre. That's the wizard behind that shit. So it's probably more into that particular priesthood, but I digress on that. There's a lot, you can find in Hollywood. You can fucking look up the Kardashians. You can look up shit. You go back into it. All you gotta do to confirm it, look up the gematria of the shit. Yeah, Haley Malley is a lab rat baby. So who knows about the other kids, But basically, they saw Eminem coming. So you can't really blame Marshall Mathers because he has that Christ energy, which is why he has the level of attainment that he has. Because not only does he have star power, but he's good at what he does. He's very good at what he does. He has that Christ energy, so that's why he has that position. The motherfucker saw him coming just like they'll see us coming. It's all in the fucking stars. 100%. Yeah. But I'm going to call that quits for the night, guys. I love y'all. If you want to hit me up on Instagram. Y'all, those who know how to hit me up, I'm going to go chill, do some more reading, research probably. But yeah, love y'all. Peace.